Hello friends, I have the pleasure to be with a stunning girl, Khushboo Chotaliya, Khushboo Bhavesh Chotaliya.
Thank you, sir.
And I know about her journey and I know about her transition, and really it is very inspiring. It's so inspiring that I want that she should share with you, and many of the person watching will also get inspired equally, So Khushboo, I want to ask you the transition which you had in your career, and how you went about it. Can you tell our friends about it?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for having me on your show.
My pleasure.
And to tell you about my journey. So, it happened that I spent around 7 to 8 years in my corporate career in various capacities.
Right.
I worked in MNCs. And there the atmosphere was completely different than what I'm living right now.
Okay.
Because there I was working for someone else. There are peer pressure. There's a management to we are answerable to and all.
Right.
But I encountered a moment where I thought that there's more to my life and more to my career. And there I quit my corporate career and I jumped in a blank space where I knew nothing about entrepreneurship, but I had that confidence in me that there is something else in the life that I have to explore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically you have that self-confidence to take a plunge, right?
Yes.
Great.
So, I just took that decision to quit the corporate career and to start my own. Initially, I faced a lot of difficulties in understanding what entrepreneurship is all about.
Okay.
What the business is about.
Naturally.
The fundamentals of the business. But I was lucky to have a couple of people around me, like Pawan Kumar Shukla and Yogesh M.A., who actually, guided me you can say guided me on the right time for the right things.
Correct.
And my fundamentals was built. And it was so strong that I, found my self-esteem, which I was not aware about. I found that, I can take risk too. Earlier I did not know that I have risk-taking capabilities or not.
Right.
Right? But I think that after quitting the corporate career and jumping to the entrepreneurship, I actually found my strengths and my capabilities, which was hidden within me. I did not know that.
Wow. So basically your self-esteem went high.
Yes.
As you did self-introspection, self-discovery,
Yes.
and guidance from people like
Yes.
Yogesh M.A. and Pawan Kumar.
Yes.
Great. So I am sure this is inspiring to all of you. And I also have, if you have any message to give to people, especially to the women folk watching, the lovely women, can you give them some message?
So my message to all the women out there is, as Women's Day is approaching, we are talking about women empowerment everywhere, but I feel that as a woman we have to take charge of ourselves. If we don't take charge of ourselves, nobody is going to help us unless you want to help yourself. Nobody can help you. And when I say take charge, means taking charge in all the aspects, being emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and even financially. And when I say financially, I really want to highlight this point, the financial part, because that is what I realized when I quit my corporate career. The very first thing I heard is, I was drawing a fixed salary.
True.
And now in my entrepreneur journey, it's not that मैंने आज कुछ किया और मुझे तुरंत ही आ जाएगा. It's the investment of your time, effort and money, and then only you get it back.
True.
But during that time, what I realized, which I would like to share with the viewers and inspire all the women, is taking charge financially is very much important. Earlier, the case was that everything was handled by my father and my husband. Why? Because I never took interest in knowing the financial status. how my money is growing, whatever money I'm earning and I'm saying how it is growing.
True.
I never took interest, but later on I realized that I should have been involved in the process by, taking interest and taking the initiative to discuss with your spouse or your parents. You should always know how your money is growing. Do not be financially dependent. Even if you are earning, that does not mean you are independent. You are independent when you know how your money is growing.
Absolutely.
And you take charge of it. कि no, मैं मेरी financial status का charge लेती हूँ. I will be the responsible. So to take responsibility is the big thing, and I really want to to ask all the women think on these lines and take the decision to take charge of yourself.
Very inspiring. I'm sure people are getting inspired by what you're saying.
I hope so.
Khushboo, I also want to know what you're doing right now.
So right now, as you know, I'm a co-founder of a company called Sanskari Decor, which is led by my husband Chotaliya. And for that, I am
He's an amazing and a very handsome man. I've met him and I'm very impressed by his personality.
Thank you. So currently I am supporting in his business. I am handling all the social medias, and as I'm an avid networker, I really like to meet new people and interact and helping them out and grow the business. So I'm taking care of the networking part, the marketing part, and the social media handling. And along with that, I have launched my own e-magazine called as Weddings Vista, where I have collaborated with the wedding planner DrSuhani Mendonsa, who is the director of Yellow Spider events. And there we will be focusing on promoting the early adopter business owners from wedding industry.
Okay.
So these are two things which I'm currently focusing on.
So I'm sure it's very inspiring coming from such a young girl. I'm myself inspired by her. Okay, Khushboo, I want to ask you, if any of our friends want to connect with you, then how can they connect with you?
Sure. So to connect with me, you can check all the social medias: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, with the name Khushboo Chotaliya. And you can also check our website, which is www.sanskaridecor.com. If you want to know about my e-magazine Weddings Vista, you can check www.weddingsvista.co.in. And if you want to know more about myself, you can also check my blog, which is www.khushboochotaliya.co.in.
Amazing. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you very much, sir, for having me.
Hello friends, I have the pleasure to be this dynamic woman, Dr. Suhani Mendonsa.
Likewise, Rafiq Parani.
Always I've been telling my daughter and all my female friends, always I advise them, since when we are in college, that you have to be always independent, financially, emotionally, especially financially. And that's what I've been telling my daughter also. So I'm very proud to say my daughter is financially independent and she's standing on her feet. Wow. And I remember talking to her once, and she said she decided to become financially independent at the age of 13.
Right.
And she achieved that by the age of?
Once I was 15, I started.
Right. So can you tell her friends something about it, so because they'll be inspired by hearing this?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's really great. Always been a pleasure being with you, Rafiq Parani.
Thank you.
Well, for me, my journey started at the age of 13. And it always so happens that as a child, whatever you see in your surroundings, whatever you see in your family, it has an impact on you.
True.
And that's what happened to me. So when I was 13, I don't know what got into me, and I said that I'm going to be financially independent. I'm not going to ask for money from anyone at all. And thus, at the age of 15, I earned my first earnings, which I say very proudly, and I earned it as a Mehendi artist.
Okay.
And the journey started still since then, and it's never stopped.
Okay.
So it makes me feel I feel very, very proud of myself that I could do all the various things that I did. So right from the age of 15 to about 21, 22, I did anything and everything that came my way. I never said no to an opportunity where I could earn money legally. Okay, that was my only thing. So I have worked at n number of marketing jobs I have done, right from door-to-door marketing to marketing surveys,
really? Okay.
to marketing products at the traffic signal, to marketing at petrol pumps and products at petrol pumps. And ask me, Rafiji, you can ask me 3 products and I will say yes, I've done it. Can you ask me any 3 products? Come on.
I'll do something about food. Any food item?
Yes, absolutely. So salt.
Wow, okay.
Right. Then your restaurants. Okay, we used to market them. Yeah. Market service we used to carry on.
Right.
Hotels we used to do.
Okay.
So related
What
to
about garments?
garments also we have done.
Okay.
Right. So you ask, we've done products which in those days were not even known, like a TV mag was cool.
Okay.
Okay, we used to take it to various people who, and we used to make a list of people who would be interested in getting those products for themselves. So I remember for that time, at that young age, visiting the Navy. You know, I got an appointment with one of the officers and I showed him the magnascope. And they were interested because the Navy has their naval canteen. So such like that, I've done so many various kind of products, unique products, different products, even hotels and even cigarettes. There was this special lady cigarettes called Miss Cigarettes then.
What's the name?
Miss.
Acha.
You know, so a woman never likes to be called Mrs. You know,
Right.
she always likes to be called Miss. You know, MS. Right?
Right.
So we had done that too. You know?
Okay.
So there was nothing that I had not done, and I. Talking about this, I really want to tell you that my mum has always been my pillar of my strength. So she knew all this while what I was doing. Only once, I think, she asked me when I started marketing things at traffic signals and all, and she said, "Won't you find it awkward if somebody known meets you?" And I come from a Gujarati family. She said, "Won't you find it awkward?" I said, "I'm not doing anything wrong, Ma.
Right.
I'm doing
something very legal and ethical you're
doing. I'm doing,
Right.
So there's nothing wrong I'm doing. So why should I feel embarrassed or why should I feel shy?"
True.
She's saying, "Okay, you are feeling that way. I am 101% with you." So this is what, because I had my mom's support, I could do anything and everything that I wanted at that point in time. And the rapport and the relationship I shared with her is that I would tell her everything. So every day at the end of the day when I came home, I had to sit with her and tell her exactly what happened during the day.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how my beginnings were, and
So you've been in Mumbai all the time?
all my life I've lived in.
And your mother's blessings? Mumbai itself has got, mother.
Yes, yes.
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
M-U-M, mom.
Yeah.
B-A-I, buy.
Bye.
And B-A, ba.
Yeah.
Everywhere mother's blessings. So you are blessed to have that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mumbai.
Mumbai, correct. So it's amazing to know that you started so early. You became financially independent so early in your life, at the age of 15, 16, as you said.
Right.
So how has it helped you in your growth further?
So, I must tell you this, I must share this with you. At that point in time when I was working, I didn't realize that it would help me so much in my future. Okay. So today, if I have to go and talk to anyone, I don't think twice. I just go and talk to them.
True.
Because during that period, the number of marketing jobs I had done, not only marketing, I had done various jobs. I had worked as a saleswoman. I had worked at backstage at fashion shows, for the production. In college, we used to work for theatre. So name it, we have done it, in those days. Because anything that came our way, we did it because purely of the fact that, it's a lot of fun working that way, and you're getting money for it, you're getting paid for it. So it's more excitement. So after doing so many series of different kinds of jobs, the confidence that you get in, okay, it's of a different level. So as soon as I started working, as soon as I started my own business, as soon as I ventured into my event management that I did, I mean, to approach people, to talk to them, to go and just pick up the phone and speak to anyone, or if I met anybody at a meeting, and if I had to go and speak to them, or if I went out and I spotted someone and I felt that I could talk to them about my business, I would just go and approach them.
Okay.
So I think this really helped me, a lot of it, and then it also made me very, very confident.
Right. So basically, it boosted your self-confidence,
Yes.
self-esteem, and self-image.
Absolutely.
altogether.
And another thing was that the fact that you are, when you're financially independent, when you're making your own money, you have that power in you. Suddenly you get that power dawned to you, and you can do anything with that money you want.
Right.
So the day that I earned my first earnings was the first time that I used some of that money for a social cause.
Wow.
So
So double happiness, earning money and then helping
giving,
someone.
giving back to society.
Inflow, outflow.
Yeah. So parallelly, both the things started for me.
Amazing.
Right. So I think this entire journey that I had has been, I'm completely thankful that every moment of it I'm thankful to it. Of course, there were many times where situations would occur where you would get dejected, and when
Some challenges.
challenges would happen.
Sure.
You would get insulted by people, how people would speak to you, especially when you went door-to-door marketing,
Right.
they would like
Be
just
rude to
bang the door. But that was also a learning, that patience. You started getting, learning about what patience is all about, and then realizing that there is a particular time of going to people's house. If you doing a marketing door-to-door
Yes,
marketing
yes.
survey, you must be conscientious
Correct.
that you cannot go and disturb them in the afternoon.
Right.
It's not fair. So it was all a learning process.
True.
And I always say thank you for all those days that I went through because, and of course my mom's support, and now I would say my husband Vivek Mendonsa's support, because before my marriage I always say my mom as being my pillar of strength, and of course till today she is. But my husband, the day I got married, and he's been there for me all the time.
I remember, once Vivekji told me something which has very inspired me,
Yeah.
See, in Gujarati,
Yeah.
he said, Sauthi moti khan kahi che. Means, if I translate it, which is the biggest mine,
Mine, yeah.
So, Sauthi moti khan che odkhan.
Odkhan,
Means
yes.
the context which you have got,
Correct.
That's really inspiring.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Vivekji, for that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you're so inspiring.
Not at all. It was my pleasure indeed.
I'm sure many people here was very inspired by your story. Even I'm inspired actually. I didn't know all this thing door to door and all
Yeah.
that. Really great. Amazing.
I think there are so many such little things which make you the person you are.
True, absolutely. Okay, thanks a lot everybody. Hope you enjoyed it and hope something has stirred in you positively. Right?
Yeah.
Take care, we'll see you soon.
All the best. Bye.
Bye. Hello friends, today I have the pleasure to be with a wonderful, amazing young girl, Neha Sawant.
Thank you so much, sir.
Neha, I have heard that you are amazing in sales. You have got amazing sales skills, right? So I want our friends to know, give them some sales tips.
First of all, thank you so much, sir, for inviting me. And yes,
My pleasure.
surely I'll give you certain sales tips. So whenever you are into sales, the first thing which you have to do that you need to know about your product completely. You need to be an active listener. When you meet your client, you should always listen to him, like whatever he's talking about the product, what exactly he's looking out for, and then accordingly you can work on your product. Another thing is you need to be constant on your follow-up, consistent. Because follow-up again plays a very important role when you are into sales. Never give up. If you get any rejections, take it as an opportunity. Always figure out why your product is rejected. You can again modify your product and you can come back to the same client with a different module and the requirements.
You're so young, so I'm sure you must be an inspiration to many people, many of the women, lovely women watching this. So can you give them some message?
for the women's.
Yes.
So, being into sales, I have heard, like, females don't usually be into sales, but I'll say it's really fun. You can opt it as a career. You can meet so many people out there. You understand, different kinds of businesses in this. Traveling again is, another part into sales where you go and meet people. But it's really, really fun. If anyone, I'll say that anyone who wants to opt for sales, encourage them. It's not, it's a very big opportunity for your sales, where you learn different types of businesses, you meet a lot of people, you interact with them, you learn. It's a whole lot of learning, a lot of learning. I have been over here right now, like in my entire career, I've learned many things because I was into sales and I used to meet a lot of people and I used to interact with them.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful. It's amazing. So if the friends who are watching here, they need to connect with you, then how can they connect with you?
So I'm available on Instagram, that is nehasawant.sawant. I also have my blog, nehasawant.co.in. I'm also present on YouTube, then Facebook, then Twitter, all the social media sites.
Okay. And I'm Rafiq Pirani. You can contact me on rafiqpirani.co.in. Also, you can find me on Facebook and Insta. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.